So we've been talking about all of these different planets in Capricorn, but the next transit we're going to discuss is Venus saying see ya and being the first to leave Capricorn and enter Aquarius. So for background, Mars was the first to enter Capricorn, then Venus, then the Sun, or actually, then the Sun, then Venus, then Mercury. Venus, second closest planet to the Sun, but wasn't recently in a retrograde as Mercury was, is currently in the I'm moving the fastest position, which is why it's getting out of Aquarius, or getting into Aquarius and out of Capricorn first. So on January 17th at 7:44 a.m. Eastern Time, Venus enters Aquarius. Venus is a planet of finance, values, relationships, balance. And Aquarius, as I mentioned, is the fixed air sign. Its symbol is the water bearer, which is very confusing for people because then in aqua, we go, oh, that sounds like water. So it must be a water sign, except it's not. It's an air sign. Maybe it's like Aquarius instead of the aqua. Think of the air part in Aquarius, and that helps you remember that it's an air sign. So Aquarius has been pretty lonely for a while, and that's because its only friend has been Pluto, which has been very, very slowly moving through this sign and will continue to move through this sign for another 18 or so years. It entered there late 2024. And the last activity that we had from Venus in this sign was December 7th, 2024 through January 2nd, 2025. So most of those personal planets take somewhere in and around a year to move through the full zodiac. So that's why the timeline is not exactly a year ago. So we can look back at that period, essentially December 2024, for what we can expect for Venus moving through this area of our chart. But in general, from, again, January 17th of this year until February 10th, that's this new round, we can expect increased support for the collective. Aquarius is very people, humanitarian focused, and for the underdog. So supporting David against Goliath, if you will. Also, in helping us to craft innovative systems. So we're being creative, but strategic at the same time. And then finding joy in the surprises of life. So because Aquarius is more of the oddball, gonna zig when people think you're gonna zag, Venus is just enjoying the ride there and helping us to hopefully feel a little bit more at ease about things that are new and things that are different. And how we want to think about Venus transiting any sign is it's bringing flow and ease into that area of life. So it could be that it's bringing beauty, that it's bringing balance, that it's bringing creativity, that it is asking us to look around at the relationships in that area. So it all depends on you and your life and what's going on, and then a bit about the specific house that we're discussing, the exact flavor of it. And when it comes to, again, normally I would say career, but for you, reputation. So your vision, how you are like in collaboration with other people when it comes to shaping how you're known. Do you have any sort of a team that's helping you in the long term? Do you have mentors that you have worked with or that you could go back to or you could reconnect with? And then on the 11th house side, that's your friends. That is your network, business, as well as social media. So maybe you are reevaluating, so again, the values, reevaluating some of your friendships or your relationship with social media. Maybe you're just like feeling really motivated, inspired, called to like get together with people. Like you just start feeling really lively and social. Like, I just want to start hanging out with people. Like, I want to have some quality time with some friends. I really want to enjoy myself and enjoy being in the company of others. And that's some of the energy that's happening there. And maybe the types of friends that you want to start meeting, or the ones that you choose to connect with, the people you want to network with, the communities that you want to find on social media, are ones that are tied to some sort of collective action or strategic planning, working towards a common goal, that you are connected with purpose. So I'll say there's an intention, there's an intentionality and a common thread between you and these people that you want to connect with. Fourth house. Okay, so knowing that you're going to have a Venus return there, again, you'll want to pay attention to that date when Venus, the transiting Venus, reaches 18 degrees of Aquarius. And then with the moon as well. So when you have the moon and the Venus, when you have the moon and Venus conjoining, then that is going to make you especially sentimental, emotional. And again, this doesn't have to be a negative. It can just be like you're feeling all warm and fuzzy. You're really wanting to connect with people. Because again, this is very people-oriented, Aquarius. But on that Venus day, it's like you have a reboot. You have a reset on what does it mean to have Venus in Aquarius? What does that mean about your priorities, how you want to connect with people? So again, those are 2 days you're going to want to pay attention to. But in general, when we're talking about the fourth house, this is about your ancestry. This is about your roots, your family, your home, your sense of home. So when we're talking about sentimentality, when we're talking about like, so what does it mean to have this Venus placement? It's like your heart is in your home. Your heart and your emotions are with your family. What makes you feel at peace is with your family, is when you are at home. What does home mean to you? What does your ancestral line mean to you? Culture, origin, all of that stuff. What are ways that bring you comfort and feelings of safety? So those are the topics that you're going to be thinking about, that you're going to feel really drawn to and or sentimental about for this month ahead. My son is Aquarius sun. He has mostly 7, but a little 8 and 9. He has Chiron, Neptune, Mercury, and North Node there. So that's a lot of energy because that is ego, that's purpose, that's how he thinks and communicates. Neptune, again, is a collective planet, so I'll take that out of the equation for the moment. And then Chiron is like major life lessons in that area. So having Chiron and the North Node there is saying that it's part of his purpose to also struggle in this area and have to master it so that he can fully embody and be able to teach other people what he learns. So you'd want to know specifically which house each of those fall into, especially if Chiron and the North Node are in different houses in the same sign. That makes it kind of interesting. But yeah, so for him, it's like there's a lot, again, there's a lot of activity with Venus entering Aquarius. Again, this is the first of all of those planets that are chilling in Capricorn are coming. So Venus is going to have free reign and just be like decorating and looking around like, oh, what's going on here? And then everybody's going to come barreling in right behind Venus. And we're going to have a lot of energy in this area of the chart. So this is just to set the foundation, tidy things up, start getting comfortable and situated. North Node is in the 8th house. Everything else is in 7th. Okay. Yeah, so then that's like wounding challenges in his committed partnership. So could be, again, it could be romantic, could be business. Some sort of issues there. Obstacles that continue to present themselves there. And then the North Node being in the 8th house, that can be a lot of things. 8th house is very, very nuanced. It could be mental health. It could be transformation. It could be pretty serious. Yeah, makes sense. Because of Mercury there, because of Chiron there, 100%. And Sun there too. It's like that's really relationship centric, but then yeah, there is a weightiness to it because of Chiron being there. Um, but yeah, no, and they do relate to each other in that because also the 8th house has finances and debt and shared resources. So it could be like, again, I don't know what his interests are, if he's interested in money or he's interested in tougher topics, again, life, death, transformation, things like that. Um, it can manifest in a lot of ways because it could just be that, oh my gosh, yeah, that's so exciting. Well, let me know because I could read his chart either with him or with you, and we can just record it because that's what I do with all my readings anyway. And then you can just watch it with him or send it to him and relay it. But yeah, that definitely would be really cool because there's already enough of a foundation in knowing a bit of what he's like, but then it helps kind of inform some things that he could look out for, especially as he's venturing into adulthood in the next chapter.